Welcome back, Whiskey and Waffles. It's JC here, and we're doing something we haven't done ever before. We are doing a game review comparison. It only makes sense if you've been watching Whiskey and Waffles over the past few weeks. You've seen I've unboxed Disney Marvel Infinity 2.0 as well as Skylanders Trap Team. There's no way to talk about one of these games without talking about the other in a review, so let's just get it out of the way right now. So both Disney Infinity and Skylanders are toy-based games. There's something little special chip in there that gives you the magic of putting it on a base and your character comes to life inside the game. So let's take a look real critically at these two games and let's help you make a decision. If you could only buy one this holiday season, what's my pick? First, let's talk about the visuals of the game. It is next gen, and Skylanders has evolved. Skylanders used to have to be programmed so it would look good on a Wii and look good on mobile, and this year they really stepped it up. It had already been improving with Swap Force, but if you look at the visuals, especially on the Xbox One version that I was lucky enough to get from Activision to review, it looks awesome. This looks as good as Viva Pinata did when it first came out. It was a step up in terms of visuals, and that's been awesome. Meanwhile, if you look over at Disney Infinity, it's very stylized. This isn't the most detailed work. It's a very specific look they're going for. It fits really well with the new Avengers cartoon and even the new Spider-Man cartoons that are coming out. It's very simplistic, and that style works really well, but it doesn't showcase the power of the next gen. And not for nothing, if I'm taking the time to buy the consoles that are more expensive, I want something that looks better too. The characters. One of the most important aspects of Disney Infinity is the iconic characters. And even if you're only playing the Marvel side of stuff, it's hands down the stronger of the two games. As much as I love Skylanders and have been playing it for the past 4 iterations of it, I can't tell you who most of the characters are. Especially with Trap Team, almost all the characters are brand new. And that's something that, while you're going to remember Flynn and some of the other characters, and that's the problem is right now, I played all the games, and aside from Flynn and Chaos, I can't tell you what all of the other ancillary characters are. And when it comes to the actual Skylanders, this is the year where they launched more new Skylanders, I think, than any other. And I can't tell you who any of them are. Meanwhile, on the Marvel side of things, I could tell you it's the Avengers, it's Cap, it's Thor, it's Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Hulk without skipping a beat. Even the Guardians, who may not be as familiar to some of the players, since the Guardians Galaxy is pretty new and they haven't been reading it since, 2005, 2006 like I have, it's still an iconic franchise. And even though it's not modeled exactly after the characters of the movie, you still see Batista up there. You still see Chris Pratt. You even see Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel in these characters. And there's something special about that. Even the lesser known characters of this game are still iconic. When your bottom tier is Iron Fist or Nova, you're doing something right with your characters. Gameplay. End of the day, this is what determines what is a good game, what is a bad game, and what's a great game. And I don't feel like Disney Infinity has mastered the gameplay yet. There are lots of times when you're going to be riding on a vehicle and it just flips over or doesn't control right, or even the combat just gets mucky really quick. It's a good system, but it hasn't been perfected yet, and as you play it, those frustrations come out. Meanwhile, Skylanders is on the 4th iteration of their game. They know what works. They've streamlined it. They've added the ability to jump. The way your character evolves as you play has always been improving, and now it is such a tight game. What's been great about this Skylanders, though, is you actually have times where you're doing things other than just doing the standard hack and slash, collect gold, wash, rinse, and repeat that you would normally see in a game. And they're adding other gameplay modes. There's an on-rail shooter. There's an Angry Birds clone. There are all these little things that you didn't experience before that are there now, and they're done all so well. Because of that, I have to give the edge to Skylanders. So don't get me wrong. Marvel Infinity is a great investment as a collector. I love how it looks on my shelf, and I'm so happy that I bought the oversized massive collector's edition. But it doesn't play as well or look as good as I had hoped. Skylanders, on the other side, even though the characters are not as iconic, it is a better game. So it really depends, who are you buying this for? Are you buying it for yourself because you think it's going to look great on your shelf? Then yeah, you know what? In that case, if you're a Marvel guy, absolutely get Infinity. And the cool thing is they have little displays that you can put your Infinity figures in. It's 3 for $15, so it's going to cost me like $100 to get all the displays, but it's totally worth it from a collector's perspective. From a gamer's perspective, on the other hand, you're going to go for Skylanders. Unless your kid is a hardcore Spider-Man or Captain America fan, and they're somebody who really likes to play games, they're going to enjoy Skylanders. The nice thing about Skylanders is it's been going for some time now, so you probably have a shelf already going for all these characters, and if you've done it in the past, you're able to use those characters again. In the end, both are good games, but I have to give the edge to Skylanders Trap Team. It is just a superior game, but who knows what I'm going to say a few months down the line when Nintendo puts out its Amiibo line and I have to have this whole conversation again when I find out what the little Mario Amiibo actually does. Thank you guys for watching. As always, videos up on the side of me. Click on them, watch them. I'm sure you've watched all of our stuff already. And of course, make sure to subscribe. It's been a fantastic first full year with Whiskey and Waffles. We love that you guys have been watching us. We love that you guys have been supporting us. And stay tuned because we got some awesome stuff planned for year 2.